push my chips to the center, I'ma bet it all. The world hanging by a thread, I'ma let it fall. Yeah, I'ma let it fall. I'm a defender of the throne, I go to war by my Messiah. Keep repentance on repeat, don't wanna end up in that fire. I'm bridling my tongue, I know he known to hate a liar. Real 21 and 8, he gon' drop him in the fryer. Rebuking and reprove, Yahushua got the Jews. The curse of blessing, life or death is there for you to choose. Gave the keys to the kingdom, really don't want you to lose. Pray and ask him what's his will daily before you make a move. Time to let them know, they making sacrifice to Molech when they at the grove. I keep that manna on the menu when I set the stove. Believe in following the one who made the levels whole. He made the level whole. Think you gon' lie and say you won when he kept the score? He know your thoughts and hear your heart without a stethoscope. Read the script with understanding, find some better hope. Search for wisdom when you find it, never let her go. Yashara, we the ones he really chose, yeah, we like that. Smack him with the script, then look at him, tell him fight back. Yahushua, ophthalmologist, he came and gave my sight back. Heard the beat, the rule, I grabbed a pen like, let me write that. We saw the earth, yeah, the Lord, where the light at. Doing all things, so my Shiach, yeah, where my might at. Ay, to tempt the Lord, man, you might not wanna try that. Hit word like ointment on a wound if you apply that.
I counsel thee to buy of me gold tried in the fire, that thou mayest be rich in white raiment, that thou mayest be clothed, and that the shame of thy nakedness do not appear. And anoint thine eyes with eye salve, that thou mayest see. As many as I love, I rebuke and chasten. Be zealous therefore, and repent.
All right, let's go ahead and stand and open up, my brothers and sisters. Yes, sir.
Read out the book of Psalms, Psalm 1 in its entirety.
Yes, sir.
Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly,
Mm-hmm.
nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. But his light is in the law of the Lord, and in his law doth he meditate day and night. And he shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water, that bringeth forth fruit in his season. His leaf also shall not wither, and whatsoever he doeth shall prosper. The ungodly are not so, but are like the chaff which the wind driveth away. Therefore the ungodly should not stand in the judgment, nor sinners in the congregation of the righteous. For the Lord knoweth the way of the righteous, but the way of the ungodly shall perish. May the Most High bring a blessing to the hearers and readers of his holy word. In Yeshua's name we pray, amen.
Amen. All righty. All righty, family. We still continuing in Acts of the Apostles. We on dealing with chapters 23 and 24. First of all, let me say again, Shabbat Shalom, peace and blessings to you all. For those who are here at the home fellowship, and those who are on Facebook, and hopefully I get my other channel up just to do a little kingdom work. You know, they're just part of the work, part of the ministry. Like I said last week, we all have a ministry, right? We all got parts to do in the way. That's the word I'm gonna be using for now while we in the way. And that's what Paul and them said, or Peter and all the disciples and those who joined them said with him, in the way. So with that being said, like I said, the title, we're going to be dealing with Acts chapters 23 and 24. And this is continuation from last Shabbat when Paul was in Asia Minor doing the work, and they prayed for Paul not to come down to Jerusalem. But Paul had to come down to Jerusalem because he was instructed by the Most High that he had to come to Jerusalem to be a witness and to deliver a message, right? So with that being said, let's get into Acts. Put a mark. We're going to be dealing with Acts chapter 23 and 24. Paul is before the council. Now, Paul went down to Jerusalem Let me get this up. Let me show my screen. Paul went down to Jerusalem, and he knew that there was going to be a little trouble down there. But the Spirit told him, Paul, fear not. We're going to be with him. But he had to go down there to take care of the Most High's business. And another thing, Paul said he ain't scared. Because he knew that if what he was doing the work of the Most High. And he knew that it was going to be a dangerous mission because he was there with Stephen was stoned. Or Stephen, or whatever name you want to call him, that he was stoned. He was there because he was doing the work. He knew because he was persecuting the same ones that he became. So it's no surprise when it's gonna be a time come with you really doing the work, you're gonna be faced with persecution and everything too. Because you no longer fit in with the world if you departed from the world. Because he told us in Deuteronomy 30. I was sitting up here listening, man, out of all this stuff going on all over the world, right? Let's focus on America. They got the big trial down in Texas, you know, Carmelo Anthony trial and all of that stuff going on. They set him up. It wasn't a fair trial at all. It is what it is. And they tried to do some other stuff, and people stepped in, and these was heathens stepped in and said, hold on for a minute. Y'all going a tad bit too far with that foolishness y'all doing. Y'all know y'all didn't get a young man to trial. The point I'm making is, Messiah said, hey, in his word, the Most High said in Deuteronomy 30, if we turn back to him with our whole mind, soul, everything, I will turn your captivity. We got to let everything that we the so-called learn in this so-called captivity go. It is what it is. When you turn your mind and solely focus on him, all that other stuff, you're going to let that mess go. Paul up there teaching them, turn from these nations and turn back to your Elohim. He giving them uncut true word as he was up there in Asia Minor. Then you had those who opposed him and the teachings. But they really wasn't opposing Paul. They was opposing the word of Yah. Because he sent the message, just like Messiah, when he told the Father, he said, now you sent me, and I gave them everything that you told me to say to them. Because they thought he was coming in his own words. No, I ain't coming in my own words. I gave you an uncut word because I'm reading verbatim out the book. I'm not making that. Just like right now, let's fast forward. When you read and teach straight out this book, you ain't got no wiggle room to step out and make up stuff. All praise to the Most High. I'm glad the Most High put in my spirit to go through these chapters and walk these things down, right? And even for newcomers, that's why we be back and forth in the book. People who don't know what Paul really breaking down because they never been taught, they started in the middle. Instead of being taught going into the Torah and in the prophets. You will never understand the New Testament or these epistles and with the conversation. I'm talking about the newcomers, right? Unless you understand the Torah and the prophets.
Also, you can't just go New Testament and that's just the book.
No. Just like someone asked me, well, why did you start in the such? Well, I started because what I was doing was we were dealing with Messiah. I showed them in the Messiah the Old, and in the New Testament, I was showing where he said, upon this rock, I'm going to build my church. But we went back and showed you that he was with the church or the assembly in the wilderness. That's how this whole thing about me coming about teaching how I got on these epistles and everything. It was pointing you right back to them coming out of Egypt. Paul was in Asia Minor teaching. And he spent some years up there. Then he's back down in Jerusalem. And he knew once he came into Jerusalem, we dealt in chapters 21 and 22, that he had to go through some things and defend himself. They wanted to kill Paul, just like we showed some example. The same tactic they used against the Messiah, they're using him on him now. They're using the same government system, which is the Roman system set up. Same one we have now. Ain't nothing changed. And we're gonna see some of the similarities in these epistles that we see today in some of their practices, right? So let's start our brother Charles in Acts, the 23rd chapter, and we're gonna read verses 1 through 3. Now they had captured Paul and got him locked up. They bringing all these false accusations against Paul, which they can't prove, right? Because Paul gonna let them know, y'all got these accusations against me. Tell me what I've done wrong, or have you? Do you have an ought against me? Because everything that I'm doing, you follow my works. That's why folks can't put nothing on you. That's why I'm not worried about. Y'all should be worried about anything. What you got on me? What have I done?
Yeah. What's the evidence?
You good, brother Charles? It kind of warm.
Not good.
Okay. Feel like it getting a little warm.
Huh? You need to cut the fan, seal the fan on?
Now we might have to.
Here?
Yeah, we might do some air.
Yeah, you know,
It's on.
cut it up. Cut it down.
So Paul was saying basically is if anybody, even in Asia Minor, we're gonna read this, they got an ought, they should be here defending, saying what they have to say. These folks ain't got nothing on me. These are the same ones that I dealt with in the past. They knew who he was. He used to work for him. And check how Paul moved, because Paul is real smart and very savvy how he dealing with folks. Check it out. When you get it, brother Charles, hey, can y'all hear me on let's do a sound check. I haven't done a sound check. Making sure we're good. Acts chapter 23. Sound check. Oh.
Thank you. I'm sorry. Say something.
Check. Okay, we good. All right, brother Charles. Acts chapter 23. We're gonna read verses 1 through 3. When you get it, go ahead and read, brother. All right.
And Paul, earnestly beholding the council, said, Men and brethren, I have lived in all good conscience before the Most High until this day.
He said, man, I'm good. I'm in good conscience because I know he knew the law. He knew the prophets, what the prophets prophesied, and he did the work. So when somebody bring up accusations against you or trying to bring you to some other council, you knowing that you did the work, you good to go. You ain't worried about that. Go ahead.
And the high priest Ananias commanded them that they stood by him to smite him on the mouth.
You hear that? Ananias sound like he had a little something against Paul.
Mm-hmm.
But go ahead and read.
Then said Paul unto him, The Most High shall smite thee, thou whitest wall, for sittest thou to judge me after the law, and commanded me to be smitten contrary to the law.
He said, man, the Most High gonna smack you in the mouth.
And then he said something. Can I say something, bro?
Go ahead.
He said something about, I looked at that word about whitest wall.
Yeah.
He was saying you pure on the outside, but you filth on the inside.
You filthy on the inside. Right.
So you clean on the outside now.
Yeah.
You got all of the fringes on it.
You looking good on the
Yeah.
outside, all pies, but inside you full
Filthy.
of dead man bone. You
Yep.
filthy on the inside.
Yep.
Because of your action. Why are you gonna smite me according to the law?
Uh-huh.
You commit somebody and then you gonna smite me? I just told you the truth. But go ahead and read. Good point, brother.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
that was the 3.
To 3. Now, hold on for a minute. Let's go to Leviticus. Let's go to Leviticus chapter 19. Hold this spot. Leviticus chapter 19. He said, because thou smitest me according to the law. And we're going to read verses 15 and we'll skip down to 35. Leviticus chapter 19. And we're going to pick this one verse, then verse 15, and we're going to skip down to 35. What did it say, brother?
15.
Yes, sir.
Ye should do no unrighteousness in judgment.
He said you should do no unrighteousness in judgment. Because Paul knew that he was before a crooked judge or unjust judge. Just like we be up under these unjust judges today. All they want is a little money. And we're going to show you that. Go ahead and read.
Thou shalt not respect the person of the poor,
Yeah,
nor honor the person of the mighty,
yeah.
but in righteousness shalt thou judge thy neighbor.
That's right. Now skip down to verse 35. Let me skip down to verse 35. And when you get it, brother, go ahead and read.
Ye shall do no unrighteousness in judgment,
In judgment,
in metal yard, in weight, or in measure.
and all of that. That's dealing with, grains and all that other stuff. I didn't want to hit that on there. He said you shouldn't do no unjust judgment nowhere. No unrighteousness in judgment. You shouldn't even be cheating your brother and sister out of when you measuring their wheat and all that other stuff. You can't do that. Now let's go back to Acts 23. Let's go back to Acts chapter 23. And we're going to pick it up. We're going to read verses 4 and 5, brother. When you get it, go ahead.
And they that stood by said, revilest thou the most high priest? Then said Paul, I wist not, brethren, that he was the high priest. For it is written, thou shalt not speak evil of the ruler of thy people.
He said, the one was standing by and said, revilest thou Elohim's high priest? All you being disrespectful? No. I'm not even speaking evil. He said, man, Paul quoted exactly what's written in the law. Let's go to Exodus and read it. Let's go to Exodus chapter 22. See, all this stuff point you right back. See, when you know the law, what's written in the law, can't nobody get you on that. We're going to read Exodus chapter 22, one verse, and that's verse 28. I remember he was up under Gamaliel, right? He been brought up in the Torah. So he knows. One verse, what did one verse say, bro, child?
Thou shalt not revile the gods, nor curse the ruler of thy people.
He said, don't even curse the ruler or don't speak evil against your people, the ruler of thy people. That's why I don't, that's why I don't even speak against the elders in Israel. Mm-hmm. Like Brother Bowie and Brother Elijah and all the other brother Daniel, all the whole lot of them. I don't speak evil against none of them because I was taught by all of them. I learned a lot by all of them. They done a lot of good works. And I even learned more from other brothers in this walk. Mm-hmm. Even some of the sisters stepped up and made a comment or said something that said, like, you know what? That's some light right there. Because we supposed to be a nation of kings and priests, right? Mm-hmm. But getting back to the law, I ain't going to speak evil against none of our elders. Even if I disagree on certain things, I'm not disrespecting. That's not going to happen. Now, let's go back to 23rd chapter, and we're going to read verses 6 and 8. Then we're going to be getting into the lesson. When you get it, Brother Charles, go ahead. Now, Paul said, now, I'm not speaking against them, that's against the law. Not to speak evil of the rule of thy people. Well, them Negroes ain't ruling me. They are head in this. If y'all call yourself, we call ourselves in Israel, you got elders in Israel. Hey, respect them. You want respect? Give them respect. Because one day you're going to be an elder up there and you're going to be wanting that same respect.
You wonder why you're not getting double honor. Because you said that you weren't going to get an elder double honor.
Right.
See, stuff like that will come back and like deja vu.
And bite you right there on the backside, right?
Mm-hmm.
Acts 23rd chapter and pick that verse 6 through 8. What does it say, brother?
But when Paul perceived that the one part was Sadducees and the other Pharisees.
Now you got these council together. You see how you got this one set, the Sadducees and the Pharisees. Watch how Paul played this thing. Go ahead and read.
He cried out in the council.
What did he say?
Men and brethren, I am a Pharisee.
Oh, I'm a Pharisee. Go ahead.
The son of a Pharisee of the hope and resurrection of the dead, I am called in question.
You see how Paul playing these jokers? Because these two, they touch and agree on the Sadducees and the Pharisees were anti-Messiah. These are the Antichrist. They could come together, they could come confederate against the Messiah. So how Paul gonna play it? I'm a Pharisee and I'm the son of the Pharisee. In other words, I was born in this thing. Of the hope and resurrection of the dead, I am called in question. Check this out. Go ahead and read.
And when he had so said, there arose a dissension between the Pharisees and the Sadducees. And the multitude was divided.
Now I got y'all fighting against one another, and I'm sitting over here waiting on who gonna decide what. Take the hot seat. See, I'm in the hot seat. And then you got to find, it's just like you got something on somebody.
Yeah.
I'll never forget. This is, man, the most high honest truth. I'm a newly promoted officer on my, when I used to work for the city, right? And I had this son of a fire chief, which was our fire chief, the big chief. He thought that he could say anything, be disrespectful, and all this, that, and the third, and get away with it because who his daddy was. So I had not only my fire chief, I had his daddy. I knew both of them. They come down to the station, I guess, to give me some counsel. And they want to know what was going on. I said, one thing I was tired of, he come here talking about how he smoked weed and drunk all night and such and such. Both of them marched right out that door. So they came to come and check me. But when I laid out everything, what he was sitting up there saying, I could have easily, and they knew how I was, I could have and sent them right on out that door.
Right out the door.
So that didn't last long. So when you got something on, when they decide to come against you, make sure you have something like Paul right here. I got something, and I'm going to get y'all in derision. Sometimes you got to play it like that. When you know what you're doing. Not fabricate nothing, but something solid. But go ahead and read.
Verse 8. For the Sadducees say there is no resurrection, neither angel nor spirit. But the Pharisees confess both.
That's why Paul mentioned it up there in verse 6. He said, a son of a Pharisees of the hope and resurrection of the dead. You see how he played? See, he already knew that. He already knew that. But go ahead and read what that 8 say.
That was 8.
That was 8. And the Sadducees said that there is no resurrection. Now let's go look at it. Let's go to Matthew chapter 22. Let's put a jacket on the. See, when you're dealing with, when we're going through these epistles, we got to look at the mindset of people in the book. We studied the mindset of the Sadducees and what they thought and everything. That's why when you understand their mindset and their traditions and all that other stuff, then you can understand why they kept approaching Messiah. Why they approaching Peter, the other disciples, even Paul, right? Let's go to Matthew chapter 22. We're going to read one verse in here. We're going to read one verse. Matthew 22 and verse 23. You know what? Let's read down into it,
Okay,
brother.
I was hoping you were going to say
Yeah,
that.
let's read down because we're going to compare that with Luke.
Yeah.
We're going to compare both of them because both of them were standing there.
Mhm.
When you get it, go ahead, brother. We're going to read down into it. Go ahead.
The same day came to him the Sadducees,
Uh-huh.
which say there is no resurrection, and asked him.
Now, here comes the Sadducee question with Yeshua. Because they really trying to catch him in a trap. You don't believe anyway. So they're going to ask him a question. Just like Paul instructed Timothy in his second epistle, he said, Tim, avoid foolish and unlearned questions. So when you call yourself teaching, you'll say call yourself going to teach someone about the book. And that's why I was telling my son. I said, son, if you're not ready to break down knowing what you're talking about, you got to put your hand over your mouth. You can't go to shalom, sis. How y'all doing? You can't hear something and start a conversation with somebody, and then you texting me all day about some scriptures.
Yeah.
I can't respond to that because you already instructed. Hey man, don't talk about something you don't know what you're talking about. People ask you certain questions just to gender strife. So like gender, I don't get into genealogy because people get into that because it's only gender strife, man. The same day came to him the Sadducees, which say there is no resurrection, and they ask him, what they asking, Brother Charles?
Saying, Master, Moses said, if a man die, having no children, his brother shall marry his wife and raise up seed unto his brother.
Yeah, and that is, he did. It said that's in the Torah. But go ahead and read.
Now, there were with us 7 brothers.
Yeah.
And the first, when he had married a wife, deceased, and having no issue, left his wife unto his brother.
Uh-huh.
Likewise, the second also, and the third, and unto the 7th.
Yeah.
And the last of all the woman died also. Therefore, in the resurrection, whose wife shall she be? Of the 7th.
Now they're asking this question. Now all these 7 guys had this woman. These Sadducees asking the resurrection question. Go ahead and read.
For they all had her.
Uh-huh.
Yeshua answered and said unto them,
Uh-huh.
Ye do err, not knowing the scriptures, nor the power of the Most High.
He said, no, first of all, you don't even know the scripture nor the power of the Most High or the authority of the Most High. Go ahead and read.
For in the resurrection, they neither marry nor are given in marriage.
Now, why would he make that comment, sisters? Why would he make that for in the resurrection, neither they marry nor are given in marriage?
Because you won't be married. It won't be husband and wife in the house. And not to be so fixed on that. Maybe,
Yeah.
Not to be just instantly judging her without knowing, I guess, all the facts, because I didn't see any facts. They just accused her, right?
No, this is about, I'm sorry.
Now, this right here is about the resurrection because they asked Messiah a question. They was asking about, because the Sadducees, they didn't believe in they didn't believe in angels, the resurrection, or the resurrection of the dead. They don't believe in none of that. Because Messiah told them they do err. See, we was created to replenish the earth.
Mhm.
And he let them know they don't do that on the other side.
Right.
We was made to do that we come out the ground, right, to reproduce.
So why they arguing and being in a disrupt,
They
because of
didn't
this?
understand, right, they didn't understand that on that side, that's not questioned.
They was trying to trip him up. That was
They were trying to trip him up because they don't believe in the resurrection. How you not believe in the resurrection when he would resurrect the first man out of the ground? His name was Adam, right?
Mhm.
So he was showing him that right there. So you don't believe the power? He already resurrected the man out of the ground, and then he did Messiah the same thing. When he came, did he not raise up Messiah? He said, y'all, you do err and you don't even know the power of the Most High. Go ahead and read, brother.
I'll pick it up from the top.
Pick it up from the top.
For in the resurrection, there is neither marriage nor are given in marriage.
Uh-huh.
But are as the angels of the Most High in heaven.
Uh-huh.
But as touching the resurrection of the dead, have ye not read that which was spoken unto you by the Most High, saying, I am the Elohim of Abraham, and the Elohim of Isaac, and the Elohim of Jacob. The Most High is not the Most High of the dead, but of the living.
Go ahead.
And when the multitude heard this,
Mm-hmm.
they were astonished at his doctrine.
Now let's go look at it again. Let's go into Luke chapter 20. Let's get a different view, a different saying on this. Let's go to Luke chapter.
You're saying the same thing, but words a little
He
bit
worded a little different. Luke chapter 20. We're gonna pick this up at 27 through 40. We're dealing with the why the Sadducees, they didn't believe in the resurrection. That's just like we talking about the Sabbath day. This is easy. The Sabbath day is easy. Why a lot of people know that the Sabbath day is Saturday, but they still go to go worship on Sunday? Because you know why? They are under a curse. They still up under the curse of Deuteronomy 28, and they don't even know it.
They following their mom and their grandma instead of following the word.
They the tradition of men rather than the word of Yah or the Father. That's why they know about the dietary law. Don't you know these folks know about the dietary law?
Mm-hmm.
But they gonna eat what they gonna eat anyway. Why? Because they up under the curse. That's why they still up under the curse. The only way they can get from under that curse, number one, they need to come. The only way to get from under that curse is the Most High or the Father get them from under there, because they come from under that curse unless the Father see fit for them to even be drawn into the Son, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the one who will get you off. Other than that, you're gonna be right up under that curse, doing what contrary to what's written in the book. You're gonna keep the tradition of men. You're gonna keep the tradition of the whatever captivity you under, whether you here in America, over there in London, England, Jamaica, whatever traditions and all the other stuff they got, you're gonna be up under that curse.
Yeah.
Because when he said that you're gonna be cursed, you're gonna be serving other gods, even wood or stone, that's what you're gonna do.
And you're going to do it joyfully.
And you're gonna do it joyfully. You're gonna really enjoy yourself
Yep.
under that curse and transgressing the law. Luke 20 and 20, we're gonna read verses 20 through 27 through 40. Listen to what Luke had to say. Go ahead and read.
Then came to him certain of the Sadducees, which deny that there is any resurrection. And they asked him, saying, Master, Moses wrote unto us, if any man's brother die, having a wife, and he die without children, that his brother would take his wife and raise up seed unto his brother.
Mm-hmm.
There were therefore 7 brethren, and the first took a wife and died without children. And the second took her husband to wife, and he died childless. And the third took her. And in like manner, the seventh also. And they left no children and died.
Mm-hmm.
Last of all, the woman died also. Therefore, in the resurrection, whose wife of them is she? Is she? For seven had her to wife. And Yeshua answered, said unto them, the children of this world marry, and are given to marriage. But they which shall be accounted worthy to obtain that world, and the resurrection from the dead, neither marry nor are given in marriage.
He said, folks in this side do all of that. But go ahead and read.
Neither can they die anymore, for they are equal unto the angels,
Equal to, yeah.
and are the children of the Most High,
Mm-hmm.
being the children of the resurrection. Now that the dead are raised, even Moses showed at the bush when he called the Lord, the Most High of Abraham, and the Most High of Isaac, and the Most High of Jacob. For he is not the Elohim of the dead, but of the living.
Mm-hmm.
For all live unto him.
Yes, sir.
Then certain of the scribes answering said, Master, thou hast well said.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, they does not ask him any questions at all.
So he shut all of that down. Now he dealing with the so-called leaders of the Sadducees. So you can go ahead on, once you educate them on some things, hey, maybe they can educate their little disciples after them. But like he said in scripture, let's go back to the 23rd chapter of Acts. The point I'm making is sometimes people come to you with all kind of crazy and foolish stuff. Hey, sometimes you got to avoid it. Because all it does is gender strife. And that's one thing that's so-called in this Israelite walk, in the so-called Negro community. You'll have a few of them actually teaching the word, and then you got a lot of them out there want to debate you. They want to catch you saying something that contrary against their doctrine.
Mm-hmm.
Or every time you say something, they want to go on an attack on you. Acts 23rd chapter, we're going to pick this up at verse 9. The Pharisees, they don't believe in the resurrection. But the Sadducees don't believe in the resurrection, but the Pharisees confess both. Go ahead and read verse 9.
And there arose a great cry,
Mm-hmm.
and the scribes that were of the Pharisees part arose and scrolled, saying, we find no evil in this man. But if a spirit or an angel have spoken to him, let us not fight against the Most High.
See what the Pharisees had to do? The Pharisees said, hey, because the Sadducees didn't believe in angels, right? So they had to speak up. So, man, we didn't find no evil thing going, because they're going to have to go along with their brother. He said, we find no evil in this man, but if a spirit of the angel has spoken to him, let us not fight against the Most High. Go ahead and read, brother.
And when there arose a great dissension, the chief captain, fearing lest Paul should have been pulled in pieces of them, commanded the soldiers to go down.
Yeah.
And to take him by force from among them,
Mm-hmm.
and to bring him into the castle.
So now they're going to pick Paul up to get him away from them, right? Go ahead and read.
And the night following, the Lord stood by him and said, be of good cheer, Paul, for as thou hast testified of me in Jerusalem, so must thou bear witness also at Rome.
And he said he's going to have to bear witness with him also at Rome. Because he's going to have to go appear before Caesar up there in Rome, right? Go ahead and read.
And when it was day, certain of the Jews banded together and bound themselves unto a curse,
bound themselves under a curse. Listen to this, y'all. This is going to sound very familiar. What we about to read is going to sound very familiar.
Yeah.
Even recently, from a brother on one of these channels. Go ahead and read. Start that from the top. Say 12.
All right. And when it was day, certain of the Jews banded together
Uh-huh.
and bound themselves under a curse,
Yeah.
saying that they would neither eat nor drink till they had killed Paul.
So these going on a so-called fast.
A deep fast.
This is going to be mighty deep to get Paul killed. These jokes vowed, they up under a curse. They didn't vow to vow.
What
We
if,
ain't
what,
eating or
if,
drinking.
what if you break that? What if you break that curse? Say that vow, well, he called it a curse because they put themselves on
Under
the
a
curse.
curse.
Now you break it now. You see, now you might have made that vow 3 months ago.
Now let's look up this
So
under
they
a
gonna
curse.
eat the whole time. They're gonna fast the whole time until
They say, what well, eat
Until-
or drink.
until these people are dead.
Well, we're gonna listen to the plan, how what they playing out, because they thought it wasn't gonna last. That this is gonna be a quick fast for us. You know, some folk pray on you with fast and stuff and want something to happen to you.
I'm gonna have to go on a fast
I've never done that kind of fast.
until I get a phone call.
Yeah. Check this out. Under a curse. To devote to destruction, to declare oneself liable to the severe, severest divine penalty. So you want something to happen to somebody.
What spirit is that?
You put yourself on a curse. You want, I'm a fast for something to happen to you, something to happen to you.
So you can curse yourself.
Because he said over there in the prophets, he said, y'all fast for debate and strife and all this other stuff. He said, but the fast I want you to be on, I want you to fast from all your wickedness and all that mess you got going on in your head. They put themselves on a curse. Then until they're not going to eat or drink until they have killed Paul. Go ahead and read.
And they were more than 40, which had made this conspiracy.
So I guess that's the whole little congregation or something. They little clique.
Yes, sir.
They all gonna go in and fast together. Go ahead and read.
And they came to the chief priests and elders and said,
What they say?
we have bound ourselves under a great curse,
A great curse.
that we will eat nothing until we have slain Paul.
That went to the chief priest. These dudes are serious.
That was crazy.
They said we're not gonna eat anything until we kill Paul. Go ahead and read.
Now therefore, ye which be with, let me read that again. Now therefore ye, which the council signify to the chief captain, that he bring him down unto you tomorrow, as thou ye would inquire something more perfectly concerning him, and we, or even he come near, are ready to kill him.
See, that's what they did was. He was saying that, hey, they went to the chief captain and said, hey, y'all bring him down there. We're going to ask him some questions. We want to get a better understanding, right? But what they going to do, they're going to kill him. So this fast they was going on, they figured that it ain't going to last long. So we're going to go and kill him.
Hopefully that is a little comforting.
So I don't care. Listen, people can fast all they want to. But when the Most High is with you, it ain't going to never happen. Watch how Paul get out of it. Go ahead and read.
And when Paul's sister's son heard of that lying in wait, he went and entered into the castle and told Paul.
Now, here come nephew. Nephew overheard them, and he had to go over there and tell what's going on.
I always sit up like that.
But go ahead and read. See, they'll never suspect a child delivering a message. Because you know, think about children, most, not all, will tell the truth. Verbatim.
And especially if they care about the person that's being ridiculed.
Right. But see, Paul already was told about that, don't worry about that going down there, because you're gonna have to go and do some work in Rome. So he already know ain't nothing gonna happen to him down there anyway, but just in case. But these jokers here come up with some stuff and they trying to kill me. And now I got the little boy gonna go and tell the chief captain. Go ahead and read. The centurion, go ahead and read.
Then Paul called one of the centurions unto him and said, bring this young man unto the chief captain, for he has a certain thing to tell him.
Uh-huh.
So he took him and brought him to the chief captain and said, Paul, the prisoner, called me unto him and prayed me to bring this young man unto thee, who has something to say unto thee.
Mm-hmm.
Then the chief captain took him by the hand and went with him aside privately and asked him, what is that thou hast to tell me?
Mm-hmm.
And he said, the Jews have agreed to desire thee that thou wouldest bring down Paul tomorrow unto the council, as they would acquire somewhat of him more perfectly.
Now these are Jews now. This ain't the heathens, not the Gentile, not even Esau. It's the Jews. It's always us. Always. This is what the whole thing is, always us against us.
Us against us.
Go ahead and read, brother.
But do not thou yield unto them,
Mm-hmm.
for there lie in wait for him of them more than 40 men,
Uh-huh.
which have bound themselves with an oath that they will neither eat nor drink till they have killed him. And now are they ready, looking for a promise from thee.
Mm-hmm.
For the chief captain let the young man depart and charged him. See thou no man that thou have showed these things to.
He said, now,
Don't reveal this.
don't reveal this to nobody. I don't want nobody to know that I know. Because, they're going to be able to kill me too.
Right.
And he knew that these 40 jokers, Israel had to be some dangerous jokers.
Yes.
40 of them?
Some people can resist
Yeah.
food and water longer than others.
Yeah.
So yeah, they don't.
They said these jokers here, so Israel must have been some tough warriors back then.
Just get rid of so they can eat. And nothing else.
If nothing else.
We talking about 40, so that's a little small army, right?
Yeah. Yes.
It's just like
That's
now.
up against one.
It takes down there the whole police department go get one Negro.
Yeah. That's what it did.
Just like practice.
Right.
Check what they gonna do. Go ahead and read.
And he called unto him 2 centurions, saying, make ready 200 soldiers to go to Caesarea,
Uh-huh.
and horsemen 70.
Man, look at all these jokers they get.
Right.
And what else?
and spearmen 200
Uh-huh.
at the 3rd hour of the night.
In the 3rd hour of the night. You got a whole army just for 40 jokers.
That's how the Most High is, though.
It don't take a whole lot. But these jokers on the dirty side, though. The Most High is with them over here with Paul. See how he move? I ain't worried about them 40 over there. The Most High, well, see, they Jews in here. Man, the Most High ain't worried but concerned about that. He protected Paul. It's just like Paul is a high-profile case, right? This is what's going on now. He is in what they call it. They have to in protective custody. And then, like these whole high-profile case, some of these folks they move through the night while everybody sleep. When everybody sleep and it's quiet, that's how they move prisoners around. They ain't finna do it the daytime. Too many people. Check this out. Go ahead and read.
and provide them beasts that they may set Paul on
Uh-huh.
and bring him safe
And
unto
bring him-
Felix the governor.
And bring him safe to the governor, right? Go ahead.
And he wrote a letter after this manner.
Uh-huh.
Claudius Lassus, unto the most excellent governor Felix, sendeth greetings.
Mm-hmm.
This man was taken of the Jews, and should have been killed of them.
Mm-hmm.
Then came I with an army, and rescued him, having understood that he was a Roman.
Now, come on, he's a Roman. So Paul playing that thing out. Now, you know, he already said, I'm from the tribe of Benjamin. I'm a Hebrew. I'm a Hebrew of Hebrews. So you got to play with the citizenship when it's time to play with it. They knew back then, man, you don't fool with no Roman citizen. Go ahead and read, brother.
And when I would have known the cause,
Mhm.
wherefore they accused him,
Uh-huh.
I brought him forth unto their council,
And what did he say?
whom I perceived to be accused of questions of their law,
Yeah.
but to have nothing laid to his charge worthy of death or of bond.
He said, man, I don't see anything this man has done. That's worthy of death or to be in prison.
Mhm.
This sounds familiar. Now let's go into Luke. Let's go look at it. Let's go to Luke chapter 23. Let's go back. Let's go to Luke chapter 23. Because Messiah already told them, if this going to happen to me, it's going to happen to you. It's a matter of that. Well, I'll read that script to me. Luke chapter 23, and we're going to read verses 4, and we're going to skip down and read 14 through 15. Same thing happened to the Messiah. Pilate. Now, this is somebody from another nation now. He said, man, according to their law, I ain't find this man done anything or accused of anything, whether death or bond. Listen to Pilate. Pilate going to say the same thing about Yeshua. When you get it, Hebrew, read that verse 4, and we're going to skip down to 14 through 15. What did it say?
Then said Pilate to the chief priest
Uh-huh.
and to the people, I find no fault in this man.
Because they brought some accusation against him. They saying that he was blaspheming and all this, that, and third, right? So skip down, brother, and read verses 14 and 15. So y'all can read all that up. I just want to skip down to the high points that I'm trying to get to, so you can see, hey, it's the same situation, same scenario. They're going to take you before the heathen, and the heathen's going to get you off. Go ahead and read it, brother.
Said unto them,
What did it say?
ye have brought this man unto me
Mm-hmm.
as one that perverted the people.
Now, this same Pilate still talking. Go ahead.
And behold, I have examined him before you, have found no fault in this man, touching those things wherefore ye accuse him.
He said, man, this stuff y'all accusing this man of, I ain't find no fault. I examined this guy. Why? Because they knew their law. But go ahead and read.
No, nor yet Herod, for I sent you to him. And lo, nothing worthy of death is done unto him.
And nothing worthy of death. Y'all want to kill this man. Why? Because he only brought y'all, told you the truth. Some people can't handle the truth. Y'all can dish it, but you can't take it. Let's look a little farther. Let's go into John chapter 18. Finding no fault. But when you walk in circumspectly, should nobody find no fault in you. Can nobody accuse you of something that you didn't do? They can make out false accusations, but you got to prove that. You got to prove that, brothers and sisters. You better have some receipts. Now, if I get caught doing something I ain't got no business, first of all, I'm going to confess before the Father. I ain't worried about y'all. All y'all can do is look at me and discommunicate with me. Other than as long as I'm good with the Father, even Yeshua, I'm good. That's all I'm here to. If I'm gonna press somebody and trying to please somebody, let it be them. I can get around people. Fellowshipping and getting folks together is an easy thing. That's the easy thing to do. We can pack this house out. I just don't, that's the easy part. Hey, a lot of folks don't even know unless they start watching the channel. Let me stay focused. John chapter 18, and we talking about finding no fault. What did John say in chapter 18 and 37 verse? What did he say?
Pilate therefore said unto him,
Uh-huh.
Art thou a king then? Yeshua answered, Thou sayest that I am a king.
He said, y'all say I'm a king. Now you keep saying, Messiah didn't say he was the king of the Jews. He said, y'all saying that stuff. That coming out of y'all mouth. He never said he king of the Jews. Go ahead and read.
To this end I was born,
Mm-hmm.
and for this cause came I into the world,
Mm-hmm.
that I should bear witness unto the truth.
Unto the truth.
Everyone that is of the truth hears my voice.
He said, my sheep hear my voice, right? What voice is that? Is it somebody whispering in your ear? Or when you read his word that you hear and you say, when somebody's saying something that is verbatim out the book. Because you'd have read it. Go ahead and read.
Read
that.
down to 19.
No, you got that. We read that 38.
Yeah, that was
Read that 38.
okay.
Verse 38.
Pilate said unto him,
Mm-hmm.
What is truth? And when he had said this, he went out again unto the Jews and said unto them, I find in him no fault at all.
He said, I don't find no fault. What are y'all talking about? Let's go to tip over to chapter 19, one verse over there. Chapter 19, and we're going to read one verse. You can read the rest of it. Matter of fact, go ahead and read that 1 through 4.
Okay.
Chapter 19, let's read verses 1 through 4. Because this is the last attempt. In other words, I'm cleaning my hands on this thing. Go ahead and read.
Then Pilate therefore took Yeshua and scourged him.
Mm-hmm.
And the soldiers plaited a crown of thorns and put it on his head. And they put him a purple robe. They put him on a purple robe and said, Hail, King of the Jews. And they smote him with their hands. Pilate therefore went forth again.
He went there again.
And said unto them,
What did he say to him?
Behold, I bring him forth to you,
Mm-hmm.
that ye may know that I will find no fault in him.
You keep telling them.
It's crazy.
I keep telling y'all, I don't find no fault in this guy.
Don't find no fault, and y'all beating them and
Just to appease y'all. Now, let's go back to Acts. That sounds familiar, right? Now, let's go back to Acts 23rd chapter. Paul going through the same thing. Man, I don't find any fault in this guy. 23rd chapter. And we're going to pick this up at verse 29, and we're going to read down into it. When you get it, brother, go ahead and read.
Then straightway they departed from him,
Uh-huh.
which should have examined him.
You're in Acts 23rd chapter, verse 29.
Mm-hmm.
Acts 23 and 29.
Sorry about that.
Yes, sir.
23 and 22 and 29.
Yes, sir.
Sorry about that.
Yes, sir. Acts 23 and verse 29. It's all good.
Whom I received to be accused of questions of their law,
Yeah.
but to have nothing laid to this charge worthy of death or of bond.
Now he letting them know this man is not worthy of death nor bond. Go ahead and read.
And when it was told me how the Jews laid wait for the man, I sent straightway to thee, and gave commandment to his accusers also to say before thee
Mm-hmm.
what they had against him farewell.
Uh-huh.
Then the soldiers, as it was commanded them, took Paul and brought him by night to Antipatris. On the morrow, they left their horsemen to go with him and returned to the council, who, when they came to Caesarea and delivered the epistle to the governor, presented Paul also before him. And when the governor had read the letter, he asked of what province he was. And when he understood that he was of Cilicia, I will hear thee, said, when thine accusers are also come. And he commanded him to keep in Herod's judgment hall.
Okay. Now let's go on to the next chapter. Let's go into the next chapter, chapter 24. Now, Paul is before Felix, right? They transferred Paul out of that region and sent him to Felix. Acts chapter 24, and we're going to read verses 1 through 17. Then we're going to go to another script. Go ahead and read, brother. We still reading into this epistle. Go ahead.
And after 5 days, Ananias, the high priest, descended from the elders.
Descended with the elders.
I'm sorry, with the elders. And with a certain orator named Tertullus.
Now, go ahead and read that.
Who informed the governor against Paul.
Now, they brought this guy named Tertullus, right? Let's look who is this guy? Who is this cat that they bringing in? Okay. Tertullus, right? So in the New Testament, Tertullus, modification of Tertullus, was an orator or a lawyer who was employed by the Jewish leaders to state their case against the Apostle Paul in the presence of Felix. That's what we're dealing with, right? Tertullus gives an informal rhetorical presentation, right, on behalf of the Jewish leader opposed to Paul preaching. So they didn't like Paul's preaching because it kills their tradition.
Right, just like now.
So like now, what's the tradition today? Go to church on Sunday. You got all these holidays they got going on. Like I said, because we've been there, done that, y'all. That's why we could go in there and teach what we know. They got birthday, all that stuff. Let's keep it real. Everything we didn't taught, we didn't learn from these people. Everything. So when you started to get away from all of that stuff, you become unpopular with your family members and your co-workers and everybody else, so-called friends. Because you no longer partake in that stuff. But when you really cut all that stuff off, they are going to leave. Why they still hang around? Because you didn't cut it off. I'm gonna keep it real.
Familiar spirit is there.
Just like they had the little birthday party for one of the guys. I think it's a birthday. We just had a little luncheon because it was his birthday. They want to do something for his birthday because he wanted everybody to know that was his birthday. And I didn't show up. And neither a few other. I didn't show up because I didn't want to. You know, I like to eat in peace sometime anyway. Every now and then I go out with them, every blue moon. Then I have a time where I don't want to be bothered because that's my time away from all of that chitter chat. Now, when I want to throw some word out there, they might see me. And we do have some chop sessions. We do have some book talk. We just talking. And like I said, the reason why, because they know a lot. They know about dietary law. They know about the Sabbath and everything. So that's a witness against them.
That's right. Just refuse to do.
God just refused to do
I
it.
know it says that.
You know what I'm saying? And they ain't never told me, man. Ain't nobody trying to hear it. Ain't nobody never said that. They sit back and listen. As long as they listening.
So they mess up when they accept it and admit that they know. They don't know the part.
The charge he raised against Paul was that he created disturbance among all the Jews throughout the world. This when he was on around Asia Minor and all these other places, right? An offense against the Roman government. See, he going against Caesar because you know Caesar them got some traditions too, and they was into Caesar thing. So when you cut Caesar thing off, like all the stuff we got going on now, see, we are disturbance now.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of us beating up on one another and trying to Jew and shake one another, what we on here in the street telling our people, hey man, we need to return back to our Elohim. It's a whole lot of work out there. So they decided being on YouTube. This just a little something right here.
Mhm.
The bulk of my work is not on here. This just a Shabbat thing. You know what I'm saying? This should be with a lot of them cats. But one thing like I always say, I get a hats out to the brothers out there in the street teaching.
Mhm.
If you wanted to rebuke or admonish or do something and you going against wickedness, you'll be on the street corners. Not on trying to beat up your brothers and sisters. If you really about it, you'll be out there on the corner with them horns out there wailing on the transgressor of the law in the so-called Negro community. If you real. But anyway, this is what I want to give account on who this guy they hired to come in to fight, to help fight with Paul. Now, I'm on the wrong. There we go. This guy was a certain orator named Tertullus. Go ahead and read, brother. Who informed the governor against Paul. So they brought in, they paid this cat to come in. Go ahead and read verse 2.
And when he was called forth, Tertullus began to accuse him, saying, seeing that by thee we enjoy great quietness, and that very worthy deeds are done unto this nation by the province.
Mhm.
Province.
See, right now they say they're in great quietness because, you know, they got Paul bound up and all that kind of stuff.
So they got peace because he's not around keeping up. Yeah.
Go ahead.
We accept it always and in all places. Most noble Felix, with all thankfulness.
Oh, he buttering up, trying to get
Yeah.
some favors in. See, that's what he come in. He's a great orator, right? I know how to come in and I'm a puff him up and let him know how great he is. And you know, yeah, you got to tell, you know, and you know, when you in a certain leadership and they love it too.
So even back then, lawyers
That's part of gaining favors. You got to know how to talk. Just like when Paul got in there, he used certain things. He know, okay, these are Sadducees and Pharisees. Let me make a little stir on him. And I'm a Roman citizen. You can't do me like that.
Mm.
But he wasn't lying.
He wasn't lying because he had everything. I own the citizenship.
Right. They're not getting me in. I mean, you just struggle.
You got that's because they love it. Y'all they tell men talking about women. Men love that stuff. They love to be built up and stroked, and men worshiping them and giving them praises and everything. They love it. He over there puffing Felix. So go ahead and read.
Notwithstanding that I be not further tedious unto thee,
Mm-hmm.
I pray thee that thou wouldest hear us of thy clemency a few words.
You know, here's a great orator. Look at the words he used.
Yeah, clemency.
Tedious.
Yeah,
Tedious.
tedious. Yeah.
And then here this clemency.
Yeah.
Go ahead and read. That's law talk. Go ahead.
For we have found this man a pestilent fellow.
He's a pestilent fellow.
Mm.
He getting on our nerves.
Yes. Always.
He's, go ahead. Go
And
ahead.
a movement of sedition among all the Jews throughout the world.
A mover of sedition.
And a ringleader of the sect of the Nazarene.
Oh, so so he attacking character in it.
Mhm.
Ad hominem. Remember that? Huh? When you said that they can't find nothing on you, they attack your character. Do they not attack your character? when they can't find anything on you.
Try to pull up every rock they can find.
They could go from the day you were born and have a track record. Oh, you be like, how the hell they get all of that information? They pull everything to demonize you, so everybody can look at you a certain way, and then people go for it just because they said it, because it came out so sweet, and because that person's supposed to be a great orator. They make it seem like, and then your mind, damn. Man, don't you know how many jokers looking at me and my wife, my household?
Aha!
Huh? They think we the dirtiest, low down mother. What's called? And ain't nobody called and vet and asked no questions at all.
And look, check this out.
And it's still easy to under attack. I got to bring this out, y'all.
So you want to stay in good graces with somebody else, so you agree with what's being said.
You agree with them?
Most of those people have been around us and know us enough to know what our character is.
These folk been around us. They've been in my household several times. We had feast days and we had baptisms and we had all of this stuff. And these folks know our character. They'll say, well, you know what, brother? You know, you let us in your house. You gave us the Abrahamic treatment. You want to sit and whisper on the side. Say it loud. Don't be whispering. People start attacking your character, and people look at you a certain way, and they'll never come and ask you, you know that that's not my character.
And the one who said it set up over here as well.
It's the one said it set up over here. So I'm not
Open their home up.
I'm not surprised. Be honest with you, I'm not surprised. I had jokers. I done large jokers over here that joker fatting off at the mouth. And spent the night at my house and get up and ate, cooked breakfast and all this stuff. Ate at my home.
Repeatedly. Still dollars out.
When people don't have anything on you, they find to break or attack your character.
This the part that get me. This the part that get me now. Now, brother, Real was at a birthday party. The same day he was saying Murray was at the birthday party, his son was at the birthday party. That's the part I couldn't understand.
Yeah.
The same weekend at the birthday party. That's the part I would kind of have me thrown off, you know. That's why I made a comment. I said, don't throw a rock if you live in a glass house,
The point
because
is,
it's coming back.
yeah. But the point is, when folks start attacking people's character, you got to wonder. I learned from here. Okay, I don't remember that person doing that. I don't remember this person even having that. I mean, I'm cool with it. And now I'm gonna be honest with you. I felt some type of way, and I want to go in. But all praise to the Father. Hey, He gave me plenty of scripts and a lot of counsel. Don't keep doing what you do. Ignore.
I didn't even get mad. It was a joke to me.
Ignore all that stuff. Because here's the thing. Now you under attack. You attacking the sisters and all. I can't have that. Oh, me would have been nigga roll nasty, but all praise to the Most High. I got past all of that. I'm not trying to go back there. You ain't gonna bring me. You ain't not gonna make me go back there.
We all have come.
We come a long ways. So I could take that little verbal persecution and keep it moving. If Joker want to think a certain thing about me, so think it. I can't help you the way you think.
I got upset because I left my water at home today. Other than that, it was funny. You know.
At the end of the day, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? So when you get over all that stuff, I found comfort in the word of Yah.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said last week, I ain't got no ill will toward my brothers. They still my brothers.
Mm-hmm.
There's no ill will there.
Because most times he was looking how we are acting to that. How we
You got to judge me on how I'm going to react. So at the end of the day, they attacking Paul. He attacking Paul's character. We'll see what Paul's going to do. Go ahead and read.
Pick it up at verse 6.
Pick it up at verse 6.
Who also have gone about to profane the temple.
He said he profaned the temple. Go ahead and read.
Whom we took.
Uh-huh.
And would have judged according to our law.
Go ahead and read.
But the chief captain,
Lysias. Messiah.
Messiah came upon us,
Mm-hmm.
and with great violence took him away out of our hands.
Yeah, you have to take him out of your hands. Because y'all get ready to kill this man. Go ahead.
Commanding his accusers to come into thee, but examining with whom thou thyself mayest take knowledge of all these things.
Yeah.
Wherefore we accuse him.
Uh-huh.
And the Jews also assented, saying that these things were so.
Yeah.
Then Paul, also the governor, had beckoned unto him to speak.
Mm-hmm.
Answer, for as much as I know that thou hast been many years a judge unto this nation,
Yeah.
I do the more cheerfully answer for myself,
Mm-hmm.
because that thou mayest understand that there are yet but 12 days since I went up to Jerusalem for to worship.
Uh-huh.
And they neither found me in the temple disputing with any man,
Yeah.
neither raising up the people,
Mm-hmm.
neither in the synagogues, nor in the city.
He said they found me doing none of these things that I'm being accused of. They ain't find me doing this stuff.
Right.
Now, why do you hire the Lord to come and attack my character? Why you attacking my character? I'm supposed to be brought in on these charges right here. Why you going in on me? But go ahead and read.
Neither can they prove the things whereof they now accuse me.
You can't prove nothing. Let's say I was a Freemason. Let's say allegedly I was in the Freemason. I never been in the Freemason fraternity, no any Greek organization, no whatsoever. But I was accused of being in one or bowing down to one. Can you prove that? Where's your proof?
Now we can just say it.
Oh, you gonna say something about somebody? Where's your proof? Then he said, "Prove all things." I'm not talking about in the past stuff. I'm talking about present stuff. I did Christmas, Easter, Thanksgiving, lying, cheating. I done all that. I'm just keeping all this stuff. Whoremongering, fornicating, problems of adulteration. I done all of that. Flunked school, went to college, didn't finish that, did this over here, had a business over here, split up on that because whatever that went through. So what else can you pull on me?
What about riding around with Jeffrey on the vehicle?
All I'm saying is, I can confess what I've done. Are you able to confess what you've done publicly?
That's the best way to do it, though.
A lot of folks can't do that. What if you got a joker who confessed all the dirty stuff he done? What else can you say about a joker?
He's untouchable.
Huh?
He's untouchable at this point.
Ain't got nothing to hide. What the hell I'm hiding stuff for? What else you got on me? But go ahead and read.
Verse 14.
Yeah.
But this I confess unto thee,
What do you confess?
that after the way which they call heresy,
Yeah.
so worship I the Most High of my fathers, believing all things which are written in the law and in the prophets.
He said, man, I do confess this, that after the way,
Mhm.
which they call heresy. This is the way, y'all. I worship the Elohim of my fathers, believing all things which are written in the prophets, in the law or the Torah, and in the prophets. That's the way. Now we'll confess that. And I'm going to confess it right here too. Do I have it down packed? Nope. Am I a work in progress according to the Father's time? Yes.
We are.
We all
We are.
That's why I can't put my finger on nobody but me. Because guess what? I got to work out this over here. I got all this stuff going on over here. Why I'm worried about you? Why I'm trying to straighten you out when I'm jacked up in the heat?
Have your own fear and trembling.
Come on. That's what this whole thing is about, people. Are we not supposed to get ourselves and our mind right and everything by reading these epistles and going through the prophets and even going through the Torah? Yes. But go ahead and read, brother. Verse what?
15.
Read it.
And I have hope toward the Most High,
And I have hope to the Father.
Yes.
Go ahead.
which they themselves also allow,
Oh, check this out. Go ahead and read.
that there should be a resurrection of the dead,
Yeah.
both the just and unjust.
Go ahead.
And herein do I exercise myself, to have always a conscience void of the offense toward the Most High
Mm-hmm.
and toward men.
He said, man, and I also always have a conscience that I don't sin against the Father, even man.
That's right.
I am not going to transgress against the Father or offend the Father even towards men.
I like that. Yeah.
So the Father y'all can't accuse me to the Father of doing wrong, and then angels can't accuse me to the Father for doing anything wrong. That's a good conscience to have, ain't it?
Mhm.
Go ahead.
Now,
You-
after, go ahead.
We all got to be conscious of that.
It needs to be.
Do I win sometime? No. Because the child of the devil make you say some profanities towards them.
Yes, they do.
Man, you cuss me out. I ain't cuss you out. I'm cussing that unclean spirit out.
Ooh.
How about that? Go ahead and read. You know the one like to stuff pork down your throat, that spirit. Go ahead. Okay. Go ahead and read, Brother Charles.
17.
Go ahead.
Now, after many years, I came to bring alms to my nation and bring offerings.
Paul, he said, for many years, I come to bring alms to my nation and offering. Hold this spot. Let's go to 1 Corinthians. Let's see who Paul was taking these alms to. Let's go to 1 Corinthians chapter 16. First Corinthians chapter 16. We got one more after this, y'all. 1 Corinthians chapter 16. Paul doing a good work. How you gonna accuse me of doing wrong when I'm doing alms? I'm up here doing the work, spreading the word of Yah. In the temple, I'm doing all this traveling for years and everything, and now I've made this big collection that I'm gonna bring back down to Jerusalem for the poor saints down here. Now tell me what I'm doing wrong. What do you find wrong in that? First Corinthians chapter 16, or sure I said the letter to the church at Corinth. Let's read it. 1 through 4. What did it say?
Now, concerning the collection of the saints,
For the saints.
as I have given order to the churches of Galatia,
Yeah.
even so do ye.
Now he's up there in Asia Minor, right? He's up there in Corinth, Galatia, Thessalonica. He collecting all this money up there. But go ahead and read.
Upon the first day of the week, let every one of you lay by him in store.
Uh-huh.
The Elohim has prospered him,
Yeah.
that there be no gatherings when I come.
He said, man, whatever the Most High prosper you to have, he said, lay aside a little something. So when I come through, when I make my rounds, I can collect them, right? I ain't got to tarry waiting on y'all get the funds together. Go on and have it together. So when I come through, I might be through there just for a day. And when you go in there and read how he was moving, he was here for a day or two, and he had to move. Remember, they was out to kill him wherever he went. Go ahead and read, brother.
And when I come, whosoever ye shall approve by your letter,
Uh-huh.
then would I send to bring your liberty until Jerusalem.
He said, so the gifts that y'all gonna give, I'm gonna take down to Jerusalem. That's why he was headed down there. Go ahead and read.
And if it be met that I go also, they should go with me.
And he said, and I'm gonna take them with me, right? Now let's go back to Acts the 24th. This is the last place. We're gonna read this on out. And let's pick this back up at 17, brother Charles. Acts chapter 24.
So bounties, dead or alive, came from the word. Huh?
Mm-hmm. Now we see where Paul was collecting his money from. And he was doing what? Verse 17. Go ahead.
Verse 17.
Yes, sir. Read this 17. Then we'll read on down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Therefore,
Acts 24 and verse 17.
okay, my fault.
Yeah.
I went over 25.
Yes, sir. Ease up now, Brother
My
Charles.
fault.
We got 25 coming, brother.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead and read.
17.
Yes, sir.
Now, after many years, I came to bring alms to my nation
Mm-hmm.
and offerings.
Now think about how long Paul was up there in Asia Minor, up there teaching around, making all his rounds up there. Remember we read in chapter 20, 21, all that whole region, he was going around teaching in the synagogues, and he even hits a couple of homesteads, and he was doing his thing up there, right? Getting that work in. And he must have collected a lot of money. But we're going to find out somebody trying to get that money. Go ahead and read.
Okay. Whereupon certain Jews from Asia found me purified in the temple,
Yeah.
neither with multitude nor with tumult,
Uh-huh.
who ought to have been, excuse me, who ought to have been here before thee
Mm-hmm.
in object, if they had aught against me.
He said, man, these ones that these Jews from Asia Minor found me purified in the temple, neither with multitude nor with confusion or tumult, right? He said, who ought to have been here before thee and object if they had aught against me. They should have been here. If I was up there making tumult and causing confusion and everything, they should have been here if they had a problem with it. Why ain't they here? Where my witness at? Can I get some witness? See, they always want to bring in false witnesses against you when they're trying to get where my witnesses at. If I was up there doing all that stuff, you say I was at over the whole world causing perverting the nation. That's what y'all accuse me of. But go ahead and read.
Or else, let these same here say, if they have found any evil doing in me while I stood before the council,
Uh-huh.
except it be for this one voice that I cried standing among them,
Yeah.
touching the resurrection of the dead. I am called in question by you this day.
He's still on that, ain't it? Because they had a problem with him teaching that. But go ahead and read.
And when Felix heard these things,
Uh-huh.
having more perfect knowledge of their way,
Of that way, of the way, right? Go ahead.
he deferred them and said, when Lysias, the chief captain, shall come down, I would know the utmost of your matter. And he commanded a centurion to keep Paul and to let him have liberty, and that he should forbid none of his acquaintances to minister or come into him.
So he gonna give Paul some freedom to do what he want to do what he do, but he don't want Paul to have any contact with anybody. That's it's the same system set up today, ain't it?
Yep.
I don't want you in contact with nobody, but you have your liberty, right? Go ahead.
And after certain days, when Felix came unto his wife Drusilla,
Uh-huh.
which was a Jewish,
Yeah.
he sent for Paul and heard him concerning the faith of Christ.
Now I'm gonna do something right here. Paul, Felix, they sent him before Felix. Felix ruled ruthless and down in there. Let's look at it. Who is Felix? And then I'm gonna hit Drusilla. Now she's a Jewish woman.
She sounded like a sister.
She sounded like a sister, but she was hardcore too.
Drusilla.
Drusilla was hardcore. Check this out. Felix, a Roman procurator of Judea appointed by the Emperor Claudius in AD 53. He ruled the province in a mean, cruel, and profligate manner. He was a mean, ruthless dude. That's why they always try to take you before these judges and stuff. I'm going to take him down there and let him deal with it. Just like I remember back in the day. Y'all remember back in the day? I know some of y'all from out of town. Back in the day, had this judge down at juvenile court called
Judge Turner.
Judge Turner. He was ruthless as hell against the so-called Negro man. And all these black women, all they holler, go down there and see Judge Turner on your head.
Judge Turner said, feed him till you look like it.
Judge Turner is somewhere praying, hoping that he wish he was never born. For the stuff he was doing, hell, he been gone. He checked out here a long time ago.
That was back in the 70s, 80s, early 80s.
He had no mercy on the so-called Negro.
He didn't discriminate.
Oh, he didn't discriminate?
Oh, no, he had them the Gentiles the same way.
Ooh, well, yeah, he doubled for his trouble then. But the point is, I just want to read this right here because they took him before one of the mean and cruelest joker down in there. And his wife, Drusilla. Let's look at Drusilla. If you got to have a mindset like that, check his wife out. Drusilla is a New Testament figure or a Jewish princess and the wife of the Roman procurator Antonius Felix, right? But check how he got it. She was the youngest daughter of Herod Agrippa the first and the great granddaughter of Herod the Great, who ordered massacre of infants in Bethlehem. That's our pappy is. That's her lineage. Huh? Her marriage at 14, she married to Azazias.
At 14.
At 14, the king of Emesa. She later abandoned him to marry the Roman governor Felix, a move that defiled the Jewish law. Oh, my bad.
I thought that's what you was reading from.
Hold on for a minute. Let me put that up there. I'm about to go back and read that, ain't it? Is it up? There we go. Let me go back and read that again for the people online. Drusilla is a New Testament figure, a Jewish princess, and the wife of the Roman procurator Antonius Felix. So we read about her. It is mentioned in Acts 24 and 24. This is what we're reading, right? Now, her royal lineage, she was the youngest daughter of Herod Agrippa the first, and the great granddaughter of Herod the Great, who ordered the massacre of infants in Bethlehem. At age 14, she married to Azazias, the king of Emesa. She later abandoned him to marry the Roman governor Felix, a move that defiled Jewish law. He said a move that defiled Jewish law. She met her husband Felix sent for Paul. She and her husband Felix sent for Paul to hear him speak about Yeshua HaMashiach. When Paul fiercely preached about righteousness, self-control, and the final judgment, Felix was terrified to put off the conversation. Scared that joker.
He said, in other words, let's talk about something else.
So this was Drusilla, the demise. According to the ancient Jewish historian Josephus, Drusilla and her son died in AD 79 during the catastrophic eruption of Mount Vesuvius. They was buried in the lava. But that's one heck of a way to go in it. A hell of a way to go. And I did say hell of a way. Now, let's go back and finish this out, Brother Charles. Now, where is my... There we go. Let's finish this out. So I just wanted to point out Who they sent Paul before? Felix and his wife. They up there questioning him and everything.
They threw him under the bus when they put him before him.
Well, they thought
Yeah.
something, but keep in mind, remember, the angel told him that he was gonna not only testify, he'd be in Jerusalem, but he's gonna be in Rome too, because you know he got the appeal in the next chapter. We're gonna look how he ended up in Rome. Go ahead and read. Verse 25. Yes, sir.
And as he reasoned of righteousness, temperance, and judgment to come,
Uh-huh.
Felix trembled and answered, Go thy way for this time, when I have convenient for that. Well, I'm sorry, let me back up and read that again. And as he reasoned of righteousness, temperance, and judgment to come, Felix trembled and answered, Go thy way for this time, when I have at a convenient season, I will call for thee.
See, he had shook him. We just read that over in that.
Yeah.
He got scared.
He said, I see you later on that.
Yeah, let me get back with you on that one, partner. When my wife ain't around. You know what I'm saying? I'm just throwing that in there. But you can imagine, you know, it kind of shook him a little bit. But go ahead and read. You know what? And there's another thing too. When you read that Apocalypse of Paul, you understand because he had a vision. He saw all this stuff. That's why he can scare you. Go read that book. Huh? He can read on that. Go ahead and read, brother.
He hoped also that money should have been given him of Paul,
See, he want to hit that bunny bag. Check him out.
that he might lose him. Wherefore he sent for him the offender
Mm-hmm.
and communed with him. But after 2 years, Porcius Festus came into Felix's room, and Felix, willing to show the Jews a pleasure, left Paul bound.
Now we're gonna continue on in the next chapter. Most High willing. Porcius Felix. Let's look at it.
It's not showing up there. Maybe it's
So
Festus, Porcius Festus.
mhm.
On that other screen you had, it said that Felix kept him in jail for 2 years trying to get some of his money.
He tried to get some of that money. Because he came from out of there. Remember, he come from out of Asia Minor with that money that he's supposed to be delivering to Jerusalem.
So you also have to look at the ulterior motive some people have. So just because they called Felix to throw Paul under the bus don't mean there was Felix on the agenda.
Right.
He had another agenda as well.
But when you look at, and I know this is going off topic, but when you look at Israel, their temple, that's where they kept, that's the bank. And they took all the offerings and everything for the people, right? So that's where the people had to go and get their alms. So when you look at history, according to Josephus, every time the Roman government wanted to hit Jerusalem, the first place they go is to the temple. So Paul bringing this money from Asia Minor that he's been collecting for the past several years, he was up there. He knew that, hey, man, this man got to be loaded. And when we get into the chapter, like you said, they kept Paul around. You know how lawyers keep you hanging around in jail and until they drain your family? Well, this gonna cost you 50 grand. But you got this hard-headed joke over here. Paul innocent now. He's doing the work. But that's just how they do it. They're gonna drain your pocket as much as they can, and then they'll let you go. And find something else that they can bring you up on. That's just a game. These folks, you think these people need you down here in the courts? They trying to end crime. Talking about fighting crime. They ain't trying to do that.
It's too much money.
They're not trying to do that. That's why it's either you're a doctor or you're a lawyer, because they know these lawyers on this earth are dirty as hell. That's why the question was asked, how long are you going to let the unjust judge unjust? How long are we going to be up under these people? These folks not right. The successor of Felix as prosecutor of Judea, that's who this person is. He passing on. But after 2 years, Porcius Festus came into Felix's room, and Felix, willing to show the Jews a pleasure, left Paul bound. So they want to appease the people, because we know our people, once they get in an uproar, it's just like riots and all that kind of stuff. When the whiteys get there, excuse my name, trying to offend anybody, but when they do their thing, it ain't hitting on nothing. But when the Negroes get involved, everybody want to get in on it. That's why they doing all this stuff, to hope to stir the Negroes up so they can get in these streets. But all praise to the Most High, he at least keeping half of these silly Negroes in the house somewhere.
Yes, yes.
That's why they brought all of this law enforcement people in Memphis and Chicago and DC and all these other places. They hit all the hot spots where they know Negroes can do some foolishness.
Get rowdy. And he just threw bukus of money at them. And ISIS and all.
Yeah, but that's just the system. They trying to drain Paul's pockets because he know they had that money. But that's the lesson. That's the for the day. Most of got something in your shoe on there. All righty. We're gonna go ahead and get ready to go on and close on out. We're gonna close on out, brothers and sisters.
I was gonna say that I was listening to Daniel, and I got to Susanna, and she was falsely accused. And Daniel saved her by separating the two accusers.
Right.
And then they got the fate that they wanted for her, so they was put together.
Mm-hmm.
So
And these are these were elders in Israel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I was thinking about when he's been accused and just no one's trying to find whether he did it or not. They just like, all right, fine, kill him. You know?
What the Most High say, he'll never leave us, forsake us. He ain't lying.
There are people, our forefathers who came across the Atlantic Ocean and then generation, all of who have died, even in this great state of being in Mississippi. They were accused. No one fought for them in that day, and you know, they're probably sitting on graves right now.
Yeah.
Some people who were falsely accused.
They come from watching when they were forced the other slaves to watch them buck break and to watch them whip. So it's embedded in you to just don't say nothing. That's probably how come they can say anything. What you saying?
Yep. All righty. So let's go ahead and close out, family. Then we can have a chop session afterwards.
Our Father,
which art in heaven.
I'm sorry. Sorry about that.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna pick it up from the top.
Okay.
Our Father,
which
art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
Hallowed be thy name.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy will be done.
Will be done
in earth
as
it is in heaven.
As it is in heaven.
Give us this day
Give us this day
our daily bread.
our daily bread.
And forgive us our debts
And forgive us our debt
as we forgive our debtors.
as we forgive our debtors.
And lead us not
And lead us not
into temptation,
into temptation,
but deliver us from evil.
but deliver us from evil.
For thine is the kingdom
For thine is the kingdom
and the power
and the power
and the glory
and the glory
forever.
forever.
Hallelujah.
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 Praise the mighty Yah.
Praise Him. All right. Ooh, wait till I tell Robert. Shalom, shalom to everybody on. Sister Bass, I see you. Shalom, shalom, sister. Sons in the house.
Yeah. Shalom.
You got Sister Tan, Sister Fran. Shalom, shalom, sister. Peace and blessings to you in your house. With that being said, family, we bid y'all shalom. Have a peaceful Shabbat. In Yeshua HaMashiach name. Amen.
Guys on the track, whoa.
All praise to the Most High. Hey, last days. Kahala, Yahweh, Bahashima, Messiah, Yasa. Hey, look, this right here for my Hebrews. Don't fold. You get tried in that fire, you real gold. A real diamond in the arbor, like let me test it. If you make it through that, then you get your blessing. It won't prosper, but you gon' see that weapon. Plead the blood of a marsh, y'all get protection. And y'all come up out the word, you need an exit. The day of the Lord coming so unexpected. I pray to Abba, I pray we make it through the tribulation. Psalm 91, keep him your habitation. Keeping these commandments that we have in patience. All this stuff going on, it'll have you racing. Faith in Messiah is the only way. I'm watching what I do, watching what I say. What manner of person I be up in that day. I don't want the Father to look at me be like, get away. I never knew you, but why that old ain't in your lap? You knew I was coming, why you toyed with that? If I don't spare the angels, I ain't sparing you. These the end times, so be careful. Bleed the blood, cause the devil bout to dare you. To keep oil in that lap, you need a bare fruit. The commandments is the lamp, the law is the light. I'ma share I led the way so we could get it right. Conversation with the rock, keep my spurs up. Every Shabbat, call Mikael, yeah, he know what up. And at that time, Mikael gon' stand for him. Watch the Father protection gon' land on him. Jacob trouble, it's about to feel like we getting double. Fighting all these principalities, a Royal Rumble. We know that we chosen, but we stand humble. 2020, Abba talking louder, Abba ain't mumble. Yeah, ball in our hands, Babylon fumble. We come back to the Father, Babylon crumble. He gon' give us everything, he's coming in a bundle. If you in the secret place, get covered like a tunnel. Can we all come together like we bout to huddle? Can we all ride together like we on a shuttle? These the end times, watching for the devils. Time to elevate to another level. I pray the Most High elevate you. I pray the Most High put that fire back in me. Keep that oil in your lamp. Love y'all.